Okay, let's see if this works. Okay. Is anyone in here yet? It did take me a few minutes to set this up because it's been a while. I don't do this that often. Okay, Brenda's in here. Zombie's in here. Okay, this is working. Can you guys hear me all right? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. Take the cat and put him to bed. Good. All right. I still have children running around. Sorry. No school means they stay up as late as they want, apparently. Good. You guys can hear my lovely voice. I haven't done one of these in so long. Anybody wants to come up? I think I posted. Yeah, I posted a link up there somewhere. Does does anyone dare enter the lion's den? That's the question. Just giving people a place to go after the other one ended. Oh, here we go. Add to stream. There you go.
I ain't scared of you, Matthew.
I ain't scared. She said, I ain't scared.
I ain't scared.
I'll come on up.
Come on
Cheers.
up, Robert, and join us.
Oh, he's sharing me out. Get me up to 700 subscribers.
Come on up, Robert. If I ain't scared, you don't need to be either.
Brenders. He called you Brenders.
Renders. I've been called worse.
Probably by me.
Probably.
Brenda is the spokesperson for Life Alert. If you guys didn't know that, it's a pretty cool app that you can get on your phone. It tells you if you're dead or not. You need to call an ambulance or fire truck. Oh, here comes somebody else, I think. I better pay attention. There he
There's
is.
Robert. Hi,
What's
Robert.
up?
Haven't seen you in forever.
I've been around. I just ain't been getting on panels.
Well, I
But
knew
you're
you.
like, I'll go on Matthew Jess Outdoors's.
Oh, that's a high honor to get on here.
It is. You're joining the ranks of very higher ups in here. Very higher ups.
Okay, y'all's gonna be too chicken here. I ain't gonna be the only one on panel.
Well, I don't even think my camera on this stupid phone works anymore.
But we didn't want to see it anyway, Matthew.
Well, you know it.
Hold on. Let me
I
see.
don't
Does
want to be
it
the only
work?
one in here not on panel.
Does it work?
Yeah, we see you.
Okay. Well, I can't see me,
Well,
so if I can't see me and I don't know what I'm doing, I could be picking my nose, whatever. So
Well, just remember, we can hear whatever you do.
I know. I'll have to keep my other stuff that I do when I'm not around other people my business.
very true. Me too.
How you doing, Brenda?
I'm doing good, Robert. Better than I thought I would be right now, but thank you. It's a little
You
tough
guys
right
should
now. I'll make it.
Keep pushing
you
on.
should feel privileged. I only do one of these every 4 months.
Well,
Not
I was
like
kind of
me.
the same way.
I did my first live in forever the other day.
Oh yeah. I must have been in a meetup or something and missed it. I have to go back and look.
Yeah, it's a couple days ago. I was up for about 2 hours.
Oh, we was helping another YouTuber on their house. I think might have been that day.
Sometimes there's so many going on, it's hard to get there for.
Yeah, that's true. Especially when you watch so many or mod for so many, you can only be at so many at one time.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys? Did I give you guys a wrench? I don't even know how to do that.
Yes. Well, Zombie is. I'm not.
Okay, let me see if I can. Okay,
You have to do it on
ban
the YouTube
user.
side.
Should I hit ban user?
You have to do it on the YouTube side.
Oh, okay. I probably can't do it while I'm up here then.
Well, you got Zombie. That's good enough.
I don't know. I don't think I can do it while I'm up here. But I'll keep that in mind.
Unless you got a separate device.
Well, yeah, I've done it before when my wife was up here with me and she could do it. If I was up on my computer, yeah, I think I could. I have to do this just to every once in a while so I remember how to do it.
Yeah, I'm just learning how to do it. I did a couple of lives last week and they went okay. My problem is all I've got is this freaking iPad, and when I try to go live at StreamYard, you're supposed to go in on your YouTube side and set up subscribers only and slow the chat down, things like that. My iPad, or well, even on my phone, it doesn't even show that I've went live. So I can't go in there and set all that stuff up. But I was lucky enough I didn't have trolls the last 2 lives I've had so far, knock on wood.
Hello, Heather. Welcome in. I think Zombie fell down or something.
I lost Robert. Hi, Heather.
He'll be back. You just hit the wrong button. I do that a lot. I try not to hit buttons when I'm up here, but it never works out. I'm usually like jumping back and forth because on a phone, you have to read the chat. You got to jump back and forth. So
yeah.
that can happen.
Well, that's why
Robert, you all right? Just come back up.
I got my iPad on the live, and I'm using my phone for the YouTube side so I can see the chat. You can come back, Robert.
I'm watching for him.
He's in chat.
Oh, his internet's bad. Okay. Yeah, that happens. I wouldn't do this if I wasn't in a spot where I knew I was good. Like, yeah, I don't try to do this away from home anymore.
Well, that's why I went and got the unlimited data on my phone and my iPad so that I could, because I got tired of, well, since I moved here, the only Wi-Fi is over across the street, so I'd have to sit outside over there, and then nobody could see me out there. So
Are
I
you
thought,
what
yeah,
part of what are you in eastern or western Oklahoma?
I'm in Eastern now, by
Okay.
Tahlequah, Oklahoma.
You probably know Miami, Oklahoma, or Miami.
Yeah,
I've been there a time or two. It's been a while. I think it's been probably 8 or 9 years now since I've been there, but I have been there.
yeah, it's up there by the, what is it, the Grand Lake? But it's, well, I don't know. We're probably
I
still
was near.
an hour or so from there, probably.
I fished whatever river goes through Miami. We went to some of the casinos there.
Yeah,
I think one of them was Buffalo something.
I haven't been there in forever, quite a few years.
Are you semi close to there or kind of far away?
It's probably an hour or so.
Okay, so
We're
it's in the neighborhood.
actually we're at or well, where I'm living at JB's. It's I'm a block from the Keystone, or the Keystone. No, Ten Killer Lake.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of Ten Killer.
Yeah,
So,
her RV park actually sits kind of up on the hill, but you go down her driveway road to here, it takes you right down to the lake, which is like a block down there to it. But living right here on the lake now, so
right.
I'll be doing more videos of fishing, and hopefully down the road I'll be able to get a kayak or something to go fishing in. She's got a pretty good boat out here. If we could ever find somebody to come teach us how to use it.
Yeah. I'm kind of week to week with the videos. If I can't get one, if I can't get like a good day of fishing in, I just can't make a video. Like I'm only going once a week right now, so it might take 1 or 2 trips to get a video.
Yeah,
It is what it is. Hopefully after this Saturday I'll have something to post. We are going to try a couple places, so it should be to get something out of this weekend.
well, we've been doing some fishing this last week or so, but once I get down there on the water, it's like I lose all signal. I can't get no telephone signal down there for some reason for the areas that we've been so far. So I haven't been able to go live while I was there. I've done a couple of short videos, but I haven't even posted them yet because I've had other stuff that I needed to get out.
I have footage, but I don't have a lot. I probably like I could make like a 2-minute video right now, but I'm still trying to build footage, as I call it.
Yeah,
If you watch one of my videos, you can almost guarantee you're watching me probably
I'm only
3 or 4 different days of fishing when I make a video. Unless I have just a extremely crazy good day where I can get it all in one, but it don't happen. I'm not, a lot of that stuff's a couple of days to get a good video together.
Hi, Heather. Yeah, I love going fishing. And right now I'm just kind of exploring the area around here because I haven't been here in probably 40 years or more. So I'm just kind of learning the area, and we've been going out, trying out different places. And the last place we fished, we started having some luck. Well, the first place that we fished was all in that same area, but it had like a 6-foot drop off or more bank to try to bring the fish in. And Ed and I both caught fish and lost them trying to bring them up out of the lake, or out of it's actually where the river was going into the lake. And then we changed places, and then I didn't have any luck there, but Ed caught about a 6-pounder, and I cleaned it the other night. But he went back there this morning and got 2 more, so I got to clean them in the morning.
Okay.
Hello, Iowa Trapper.
Iowa Trapper, welcome in. Molly, welcome in. Heather, I think I already said welcome in, but welcome in again. Did you say you caught catfish or something and you were cleaning some catfish?
Yeah, I got 2 catfish to clean in the morning.
Remember to cut how big are they?
They're probably 4 to 5 pounds. The ones he got out there today when I got it back, he had them in a big tub out there with the aerator on.
I'm telling you, try cutting a couple of those cheeks out. You'll like them.
I'll try that.
You just
I
take
had-
your knife and go in right in front of the gill, and you'll feel it you could actually feel it with your finger. It's like a soft spot behind the eye.
Yeah.
And you'll get probably off of a 5-pound catfish. It'll be probably like a smaller than a silver dollar size piece of meat, but it's really good.
Well, I ran off. Well, when I left my old house, I had 2 fillet knives, electric fillet knives there. One that was just electric, and the other one was like you was talking about earlier, where you could use it in your car or your
I was
electric.
going to tell you I was in the basement. Sorry, Brenda.
I see.
Were you down there too long?
No, only about a minute.
No, really? I'm sorry, man.
It's all right.
I'm not as good at this as you are. If I get to talking and I'm not looking, man, it's sorry.
You're fine. Hey, Heather.
I'm used to just being on one of these, not running one of these.
Zombie.
Iowa Trapper, I think they were channels. I'm not sure.
Well, here's the way you tell on that fin below their tail. If it's round, it's a channel. If it's kind of straight, it's a blue. And you'll know a flathead because a flathead's just an altogether different fish.
I know a flathead. I think the first one that he got was that it was a blue because it was, more or less the blue color fish compared to the flatheads or the channels. But
you can't always go by color, but you can go by that fin. If it's a straight fin, it's a blue. If it's rounded, it's a channel. Just remember that.
Okay. I'll have to look at those tomorrow, maybe. Well, I'll probably take a picture of them before I clean them.
Well, I got to go check my bed, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, Steve. I do have to mute here for just a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. Iowa Trapper, do you catfish too? Okay, I got you. I'll have to go pick you up. No, I'm not a mod. Zombie, can you post Iowa's Trapper's link?
Okay. I'm back. Yeah, I wish I could make you a mod, but I can't while I'm up here. I would do it.
That's all right.
I have no way of doing it, or I would.
Yeah, don't we all? Iowa Trapper.
I still
Thanks,
consider
Robert.
myself an amateur fisherman.
Okay, I picked you up, Iowa Trapper. I'll be waiting to see it. Yeah, it's been years since I really done any catfishing. Because normally this time of year I'm spending it in Colorado doing trout fishing. And since I can't go up there for a while, it's going to be catfishing instead. I'd like to get into some crappie or the white bass run, but I think we've missed that all here right now.
Yeah, that's a spring thing, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, there's always fall.
Yeah.
Usually around here in the Midwest, October is a really good month to go fishing. It's also when bow hunting happens. It's also when the leaves start to change. It's like there's a lot going on in fall. It's also very busy for me when I'm working, so I'm trying to do a lot that time of year, which is why I usually take my week of vacation in October.
Gotcha. Yeah, in October it starts cooling off quite a bit for hunting season time.
That's the same reason all the deer start to go into rut and the fish start biting again and bow season comes in. It's a fun time of year.
I'm back.
I'm going for flatheads on Saturday, Iowa, hopefully.
I'm not sure where the Missouri River is at. I've heard of some good fishing over there, but I've never been over there.
If I can get one under 10 pounds, I'll try to keep it to eat because I've never technically eaten a flathead.
Is that right?
I don't want to keep one of those 30 pounders because I think a lot of people get mad at me if I do that.
Oh man.
I don't. Do people eat
Had a brother.
flatheads?
Huh?
Do people eat flatheads? Because I know a lot of
Yeah,
them
it's
just for.
It's rated pretty high as far as the other ones are concerned. They say it's better than channel, it's better than blue.
No, flathead is good.
It's
supposed a 50-pounder once, and to me, I like the bigger fish meat if it's cleaned proper.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like the smaller fish better because they think it's got better taste. But you give me some fillets off of any catfish, I don't care what the size, but I like the bigger ones better. As long as you cut that red streak out of it.
There's pros and cons, right? So on a big fish, you get more meat, and that's awesome. But that on a big fish, it's also been in the water longer, so it could have more contaminants in it, depending on where you're keeping it out of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to weigh one thing with the other.
Yeah.
If you're fishing pretty clean water, I would say go nuts. But if you're fishing somewhere where if you're having like a advisory or something, I would try to stick to the smaller ones.
Or if you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Because they say
besides Steve, I don't think any of us are worried about getting pregnant.
Well, no, but I know that they always put that in the pamphlet. Pregnant. If you're pregnant, you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
What if I catch a big fish and then get somebody pregnant, Steve?
I don't know.
Does that mean my wife will hit me in the head with a shovel?
It may be.
That means she better not eat it. The fish, Matthew, the fish.
You're using the wrong lure.
Right, Iowa. Iowa Trapper, what's your first name? If you don't mind asking or telling. Yeah, I like to make them into nuggets too.
Yeah.
Easier to fry up, and I mean,
even with like a big crappie or a big bluegill, I'll even cut that in half or even quarter it.
Another thing I had forgot was my electric skillet. I like to, if I'm going to do full fillets, I like to have them in the electric skillet with the lid on and fry them. and then to get them crispy on the outside. A lot of people don't do fried anymore. They want them grilled or something. But we did start doing some in the grill with the filet baskets. And they're pretty good that way.
Oh, she's asking your name, Iowa. Sam, Dick, Henry, Jerry, what's your name? It'd be funny if I hit one on the first four.
or you want me to call you Lincoln?
Lincoln.
I just like to go with first names. Makes it easier.
I know Steve's last name. I'm sure he doesn't want me to say it, but I'm not sure if I can pronounce it right.
I don't know that I know Steve's last name.
Can I say it, Steve?
Yeah.
Is it Lenz?
Yep. Lens.
That's
like
right.
Lenz?
Yeah. Lenz. Just like glass lens, but only with a Z.
Thanks, Justin.
Your name is Sam Dick? I'll be danged.
You're so
That's
cruel.
Actually, my middle name is Danger.
I wonder why.
Justin. Okay. You mind if I just call you Justin instead of Iowa Trapper? I always just call you Iowa.
I always ask for the first name because it makes it easier when you're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never really tried to hide my name. It's in the title.
Well, that's because I've watched so many or mod for so many. It makes it so much easier when you know the first name because you can always say hi, like hi Justin at Iowa Trapper. It makes it makes him a little more personal instead of it being just in general.
Although besides my grandmother, I would say no one calls me Matthew around here.
Just
that is my name.
Just when we get mad at you because you won't shut up. People jokes.
Yeah,
cool.
I usually go by Matt.
Ain't nothing better than bluegill and crappie.
Yeah, it's hard to beat.
To me, bass is all right. I just got so burnt out on bass because it's what you catch the most, it seems like. But I love bluegill and crappie.
Yeah, bass is the one thing I catch a lot of even when I'm not trying to fish for them.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was even catching them on catfish jug lines the other day. I'm like, damn, I can't get away from these things. They're eating cut bait.
I think they'll eat just about anything.
I think so, yeah.
My all-time favorite is the catfish, but I love bluegill and crappie too. I'm going to
say, besides bluegill, the easiest thing to catch around here is bass. Bluegill are pretty easy to catch too.
If people cut them up, clean them, and cook them for me, and there's a lot of it where I don't feel like I'm pigging out, taking it from other people, I'd probably eat a lot of fish. But
well, Steve, if you ever get my way, I'll send you off with a bunch of bags.
I mean, I don't. Well, that means I have to make it though.
If you go with me to Lake Erie, we could bring back as much as 20 or 30 pounds of fillets in one trip.
Yeah, I know.
So it can be a good trip up there.
Yeah.
Justin, I'll make a note to not say it unless you're in here.
Well, I'll keep calling you Iowa if that's what you want. Oh, he says he doesn't care either way. Okay. Well, don't worry. Nobody's watching this live stream but you guys. This is a pretty small channel.
Well, no, Matthew, you've almost got what I've got as far as subs. I just got 653 today.
Yeah, I had a lot of help the last week or two. Somebody helped me get 200 in 2 weeks.
Dang, that was good.
Yeah, I know. That would have took me a year to get on my own. Thankfully, that guy just is really generous, and I didn't ask him to do that. He just did it on his own.
Right now, I'm just trying to work on some watch hours to get up to at least a 3,000 on the watch hours to be able to get the, what do you call them,
The super chat.
yeah,
Yeah.
get that stuff. And
I've already hit 1,000, but I've gone back. I've gone down to like 900 again, which Belt Loop told me.
you're not doing enough lives.
Yeah, I'm not doing enough lives. I'm posting content though, but the shorts don't count for anything, and I'm not posting enough long videos. And it is what it is. I work 6 days a week, so
I'd rather watch. For me, depends on the video. 5 minutes is about what I'll watch, unless it's depending on my interest. You know, I haven't watched a whole lot. Like lately, I've been, even now that I'm in the martial arts again. Well, I've been watching a little longer videos and stuff, but
Steve, you should have really, like at the meetup, you should have just set it up on a tripod like Jerry did and just let it go. And you'd have had a bunch of it off of that.
yeah, and I also know a lot of people were. I figured a lot more people were going to be doing it because normally when there's a meetup, everybody goes live, and I just thought, well, if everybody's going to go live, then it just might be too much for people. You know what I mean?
Well, my problem with that was I tried to go live both days and I couldn't get no reception in there.
Yeah.
I don't know how Jerry was managing
That
to
was
get it.
mine too. I couldn't go live. So he had the same. He must have had the same. Whatever Jan has. 18. You have 18T?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I had.
but it
So
wouldn't pick up in there.
yeah,
I had the same trouble at the Mid America too,
yeah,
because I wanted to do some lives from there. 'Cause everybody does lives. It seems like anyway. Everybody does lives from a meetup. Usually does real good on their sub counts and their watch hours, but
right.
I couldn't get out at either place to do lives with. You know, other than going with Jason and Tara down to on the kayaks, that was the only time I even went down to the water. I wish now I'd went down to that dock area where they had the little store thing there. Did you go down there, Steve?
all right, Heather, you have a good night.
Yeah, I went down there to get ice, but
Good night, Heather.
I didn't stick down there. Have a good night, Heather. Sorry, I'm on Amazon looking at more shorts for my martial arts.
That kitty craft, I think that's what it was called, something like that. Anyway, the ladies there, they went down there, and I guess they went down there and ate, but right there off for the dock, they was fish. I think they said they were carp, but
Yeah, there was a
they were
ton
just
of
boiling
carp.
water. Yeah, they were just boiling the water down there, waiting on people to feed them. It's like
Yep.
we didn't see none of that when we went down there to put the kayaks in. They
Oh,
must have all been around that dock area.
well, yeah, they were. They're right in front of the dock. Right in front. If you cross that dock to
Yeah.
get to the shop, they were right out in front of that.
All right, Justin, you have a good night too, buddy.
Have a good night,
Good night,
Justin.
Justin. Nice having you in here.
Yeah, we're about to get some rain tonight too.
Are you?
Supposedly. It's not raining yet.
I haven't even looked at ours. It rained on us a little bit today coming back from Fort Smith, but we hadn't seen anything since then.
We're
Yeah,
supposed to get it Sunday.
They're getting some in the city, but it ain't showing nothing for our area.
I tell you, I better like this martial arts because I sure spent enough money on it already. I spent 170 today.
Well, you should have saved it to go hunting at Bob's.
Yeah, well, I charged it. I didn't come out flat rate.
I do hope you go to Bob's with us this year, Steve.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen though, Matt. I really don't.
It's still in November, Steve. A lot can change.
Just
I'd
put
have-
back a little bit each month.
Yeah, I don't really. My itty bitty. I've got a few loans out there. By that time,
Do you
one of my
think
other
do you think
loans.
Donna would come with you or not?
No,
No.
no. No, when I go to Wisconsin for my niece's wedding, she would. But
I think she'd have fun if she rode along with you.
yeah, I don't know. It's a hard thing though.
I can't pass it up, man. If I can go up there and get 3 deer,
Oh yeah,
If I had,
and I'm already gonna be there. So
Yeah.
it's not like I can even say, well, I'm not even
if
gonna.
I was in the 5 hour range, yeah.
hi Ashley,
Hey Ashley.
Hello.
if I had
Welcome
gotten
in.
back into hunting a year or two ago, I'd have been trying to jump onto that deal too, because that sounds like a fantastic deal there.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
Yeah,
it is.
The part and after you kill him, he butchers them and ships them to you. I mean, how you can't beat that.
I know.
I was worried about not being able to transport them. Now I'm like, well, now I gotta go.
Well, we'll see where I'm
I
at
did-
because my loan should be done by October. My major loan.
how far, Matt? How far are you and Steve apart?
Me and Steve are probably. What? How far are you from the Kentucky meetup, Steve?
2.5.
Okay, so probably 7 to 8.
Ah,
I'd
Well,
say 8.
it's all-
Me and him
it's
are probably 8 hours
That's without stops, though.
without stops. Yes, 8
Yeah.
hours straight driving.
Yeah, but I looked it up for me, and it was only like 8 hours.
Because it's 6 hours for me to go to this meetup. Is it September, Steve?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be 6 hours for me to go there.
Without stops.
Mm-hmm. Without stops. Which I could almost do 5 or 6 hours with 1 or 2 stops because I do it all the time. I go up to Michigan where my wife's from, and we stop like twice,
Normally, when I travel, it's the only time you stop is when you get gas.
That's what we try to do. We have to get if it's a 5 hour, 6 hour trip, we have to get gas one time So we could technically stop once, but usually if I got 3 kids, so somebody's gonna have to use the bathroom. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
that's why you carry a 5-gallon bucket.
Mm. Them kids ain't pissing in the back of the car, Brenda.
I remember back in the day, I was raised with my grandparents, and we went to California every summer. And my grandparents kept me a large coffee can and a floorboard in the back
Yeah.
seat because Grandpa didn't stop until he had to go. So that may be 5 or 6 hours before he had to go because he didn't drink much. And me being
Well,
a
yeah.
kid, it was like, do you know how hard it is to squat on a coffee can in the floorboard?
Well, I was
of a
gonna say
station-
you're
a station
you're
wagon
lucky.
car?
You're lucky. I wasn't your dad because I'd probably be tapping the brakes.
Well, yeah, that would happen a time or two. But how hard it is to sit on that coffee can in the floorboard while he's going down the road to do your business. It ain't easy to do, I can tell you.
Hey, try peeing while you're driving into a
As big as they
Gatorade
are
bottle.
now.
I've done that. I peed in a Gatorade bottle while I was driving 70 miles an hour.
Well, that's a little easier for you, though.
Well, yeah. I got somewhere to aim.
You don't have to pull your pants down as far either.
Well, I don't drive with pants on, but that's a different story.
Yep, Ashley.
Right,
I did-
Ashley?
I did that to my buddy. It was late at night. He had his girlfriend in the back seat. I kicked her down to about 70, and I just hit the brakes. Ba-thunk.
Oh, my God.
I've gotten good at peeing like that because when I'm in my kayak, I gotta have like a bottle or something because if you go out in a small vessel like that, you really gotta you might not have an opportunity to get out on land for an hour or
Yeah,
two. So
yeah.
I usually bring something like that.
But
That's
Steve-
actually
Steve made
a
joke of
pro-
it one night on one of the lives, but I did buy one of them newfangled
Chewies.
deals for females where they could do the
Yeah.
same thing.
The shiwi.
Yeah,
the shiwi.
Yeah.
I did buy
Well,
one of them because it's like there's been many a times that I could have used that and not had to worry about trying to get out of a boat or
Yep.
get to land or something. So it's like I want one of them because that could come in
Well,
handy. But they're not quite
if
as
you're
easy to use as you think they are.
if you're a guy and you're on a boat big enough to stand up in, there's no problem for you.
Yeah.
But there is that second thing that people have to do where you might have to bring a bucket out on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you got to hang on to the boat depending on how choppy it is.
And it's really funny when you're in a small boat, like a small John boat, and your buddy's like, "Hey, I need the bucket." Then you're making eye contact from like 2 feet away. Like, are you done yet? Dude, I have a story. I don't know if I should tell it, but here it goes. This year, I did a first for me and maybe in the history of the world. I don't know. I did the number 2 on a floating log out in the middle of a lake.
Oh yeah, yeah. Plenty of people have done that.
While my buddy held my hand.
Oh, okay, maybe not that.
Well, he was holding my hand so I wouldn't fall in the lake. Because I told him, I said, it's going to happen. I said, it's going to happen now. And he said, there's a log. And I was like, I'm on it. And, it was a big tree. It was a big tree in the
Your
water.
ass over the boat.
What's that?
So why didn't you just hang your ass over the boat?
Well, because it was like a 8 or 9 foot John boat, and that wasn't going to happen. If I did that, it was I'm gonna do a backflip off my boat is what was gonna happen. Yeah.
How deep was the water?
It would have been over my head, so I would have been swimming while shitting.
Logs floating up
I guess you would call that swimming. Swimming. Yeah, that was a first for me. I can't say I was happy to do it.
Have you
But
seen
if
them
you're-
new? Have you seen them new deals that they've come out with now? It's to me, it actually looks like a slingshot, but it's for being able to attach to a tree when you're in the woods, and you hang your butt over the backside of it to be able
Yep.
to do your business.
Yep. Rick's got one of them.
Who?
Rick, Big Tiny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
he showed it on my live one night.
I seen them online. Is like, yeah. In a way, I can see it would be a good thing because you would never have, for people like me that's got bad knees. It's hard to squat to start with,
Yeah,
and having it where you can attach it to a tree to hold you up while you do your business. But there's a lot of times you're out there in places that ain't got no freaking trees too.
yep.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was
some
one
of the lakes I fish
the other
are.
part.
One of the lakes I fish has people living all the way around it, so it's like if you can't do your business on the lake, you can't. I mean, you can't get off the lake, and they'll be like, "Get out of my yard! Don't shit in my yard! What are you doing?" You know. So
Jump
we,
in,
you know, the
grab
lake, the
snow.
lake I fish in town. It's a pretty good sized lake, but it's got like every part of the lake's got somebody living around it. It's a house, you know, there's a house. So you're in somebody's yard if you get off on shore.
Yeah.
So they're not going to appreciate you taking a dump on their lawn. They're going to be like shouting at you from their window, like, "Stop shitting in my yard."
Right, Ashley?
So it is what it is. Like I always tell people, if you want to become a hunter or a fisherman, you're going to have to deal with that. It's a bodily function that doesn't stop, and you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
All I can say there is, if you know you're going fishing, especially early morning, don't drink the coffee and don't eat before you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or get your stuff done and then go if you can. Some of the places I go, you can just use the woods like a deer, you know, and do what you need to do. But some places you can't. It just depends on where you are. Some of the lakes, some of the public lakes here, you're in full view of the public. So
Yeah.
I've even had my buddy use the bathroom while there were boats watching us. And I was like, I guess maybe read a book so they think you're doing something else. I don't know.
Actually, you should have been in the last live.
Yeah.
Somebody talking about gerbils again. That was
Yeah.
that was on Steve's live. Don't bring that gerbil talk over here.
I'm sorry, Ashley. Yeah, I remember now. You was there. I just
Yes,
didn't know you was
she
there
was
for that
there, but
part.
I wasn't sure. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I didn't know she was there when it happened.
If you ever gone to any of those like ponds, Steve, where it's like a pond but everybody lives around it,
Yep.
like a community pond.
Yep.
I got kicked out of one of those one time. And my uncle even lived there, but some like 80-year-old lady came up to me and she said, "Well, I think you'll probably hurt my ducks with your lure, so I'm gonna have to ask you to leave." And I was like, "Lady, I'm not trying to snag your ducks.
Yeah.
I guess that would have been the yard to shit in.
Yes, you probably really had a cow.
Yeah, like, hey, I'll tell you what. I won't snag your ducks, but I'll take a crap in your yard. There you go. Now we're even.
Ashley, who you calling kid? I'm probably 3 times your age.
6 times your age.
Uh, that was my original thought of buying that. What'd you call it, Steve?
The Shiwi.
Yeah, seaweed. I don't know why I had so much trouble remembering that name. Because where we went in Colorado to fish, the best places that I found to fish on it, of course, was the opposite side of the lake. Well, on that opposite side of the lake, there's nothing over there. I mean,
Yeah.
to get to the trees, you had to climb the mountain probably at least 100 yards to find a tree.
Yeah.
So it's like there's always somebody in a kayak or a boat or something that was, would be in the water out there where they could see you. And anybody from the other side they could hear or see you on from one side to the other. So it's like, I really need something that I can use to just turn around like the rest of you guys do.
You remember, I ain't gonna say who it was, because that's their story. But they were fishing, and they had to go to the bathroom real bad, and they made it to the boat landing, trying to get to the bathroom, and the bathrooms were locked. So they went in the fire pit. And it was a lady.
Yeah, you guys really don't realize how lucky you are when it comes to that part of it, because us women don't really have a whole lot, or haven't had a whole lot of choice on that.
Yep, Ashley.
Just go anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, Ashley. That water in Colorado, I guarantee you ain't gonna get in it to pee, because it's so dang cold. It would stop you from peeing when you stepped in it.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're fishing, it's probably only 2 or 3 feet deep.
Oh no!
A lot of our lakes are very shallow, Steve, because they were all man-made lakes are real popular. Like, I live around the Erie Canal, so a lot of our lakes are man-made.
Yeah.
Because of that reason. So all our lakes were dug with mules and manpower.
Oh, sure.
So at the end of the day, what that means is they're very shallow.
Right.
The lakes we go to in Colorado wasn't shallow. I mean,
the lakes.
Right at the edge might be, but
yeah. I thought you meant rivers.
After that, but
yeah,
I have been in the rivers many a times, but you still don't really want to put your butt down in there, because I guarantee you that water is cold.
Yeah.
even in the middle of summer.
I'd say the most impressive poop I ever did was while I was in the river.
I think this conversation done went to shit.
It did. You know what happens is gravity goes up in the water.
Yeah.
If you poop in the water, it goes up. I found that out that day. Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you spend a lot of time outside. You learn a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when we're out on Lake Erie, the captain of the boat, he'll hand you a coffee cup or a coffee can.
Yeah.
And he'll say, "There's your bathroom." And I was like, "How do I poop in this?" You know? He's like, "What's for peeing, you idiot?" He just tells us try not to. We go out for 6 to 8 hours at a time, and then when we
Yeah.
get on the boat, he's like, try not to poop while you're out here.
$91 tomorrow. Dang.
It was only 70 here today, which is low for this time of year. Jess is saying her peppers and her tomatoes aren't doing as good this year because it hasn't been as hot, and those plants like hot weather.
Yeah.
We ain't had to worry about watering our.
I just said I've never been to those places, Ashley.
If you ever been on Lake Erie, you wouldn't forget it because that lake is like a crazy ex-girlfriend.
Well, that I wouldn't know either.
No, the reason I say that is 1 minute it's fine, and then the next minute it's 8-foot waves.
Dang.
Yeah, it's insane. Like they have small vessel warnings. Like if you basically saying if you go out on a small boat, you're screwed.
Sounds like it.
And you also got to worry about crossing the Canadian border, which is in the middle of the lake. So you have to announce yourself on the radio once you hit the halfway mark on Lake Erie, because we share a border with the lake instead of the land.
Pack it.
Yeah.
I guess you say something like, I'm coming across, eh?
I thought my granddaughter didn't work at night. She works at 8. That means I got to get up at 7.
Did you get your boxes burned, Steve?
Yeah.
Well, that was fast.
Yeah. It wasn't as much as I thought.
Well, there you go. There's a guy who was out in his kayak on the lake, took him to New York. There was a craft advisory, and he didn't make it. He was only 31. Lake's no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Great Lakes in general have claimed many people because
Dang.
it's big water. It's like you have to treat it like the ocean.
Wow, Ashley. Happened right by our house. Dang.
Yeah, that lake. I mean, and Superior is even worse. I mean, there's a graveyard of ships up there. We went on our honeymoon. Me and Mrs. Jess went to.
Remind me not to go there.
We went to Lake Superior, and there's a lot of sunken ships up there.
Yep.
I'm sure Lake Erie is no different. There's probably boats on the bottom of the lake everywhere,
I don't think I'd really care to go to those kind of places.
Well, the best thing you can do, Brenda, is if you go to a Great Lake, just go with a guide. Go with somebody who knows the water, because it's not for amateurs. And I would consider myself a huge amateur up there because I'm not on Lake Erie every day.
Yeah.
Those guys have GPSs and radio, all that stuff. So they know what they're doing. And they'll tell you. I had to cancel a few trips up there because the guy said, if we go out on the water today, we'll die.
Yeah. Dang.
Or we'll get beat to death,
Yeah.
At the very least, if you go out in a big swell like that, you'll get beat up and you won't have a very good time. And the fishing's not as good if you're fighting the waves the whole day.
Well, it's Friday already.
It's already Friday here, Steve.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve, you're in Arkansas, right?
No, Missouri.
You're in Missouri. Okay. I always get the two mixed up.
Yeah. I'm south of Jan and north of Emery.
Okay. I was just trying to remember. Somebody had said something about some river that runs. If I understand it right, I think it comes down from Missouri into Arkansas. But they were talking about how good the trout fishing was there. And I'd like to find that place sometime.
I
Go
don't
to
know.
Roaring Rapids.
Yeah.
It's Roaring River, something like that in Missouri. It's very good.
Current River has trout in it, but I don't know how good it is. And that runs to
And
Arkansas.
Ashley,
Night.
Good night, Ashley.
I love trout fishing with fly rods. I'd like to get the setup with the fly rod for crappie and bass fishing too, but you almost have to have two rods set up with different kinds of fly line and the weights and all that stuff compared to trout fishing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what I used, but
They actually,
I had fly line or regular. I bought a fly rod from the school or a rod, and then I bought a reel from Walmart. And I just put a hook with a night crawler on it with an itty bitty sinker, I think, just enough to get it out there. And then that night crawler was set up on top on a good like in June, and the bass would take it. It's fun.
You talking about fly fishing?
Yep. It was on a lake now,
Yeah.
not
Here
a
in
river.
We've done some fly fishing here in some smaller ponds and maybe a river or two, but if you're bass fishing or crappie fishing, they've got, flies that are good for that.
Yeah,
You can buy it like a Bella's or Bass Pro or whatever.
right.
But I know that one of them was a black woolly worm, and you put that sucker on, and you can probably catch just about every cast. You can catch something with it.
Yeah,
But I haven't fished with it, my fly rod here, because I've got mine set up for the trout fishing,
right.
and it's completely different because with trout fishing you use a tippet line, which is normally about a 4 pound test,
Okay.
and so you need something a lot stronger than that if you're going to get into crappie and bass fishing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You need something stronger,
Right.
and actually once you use your fly line in like lakes or ponds, it's probably not going to be any good anymore for trout fishing because
Okay.
it'll screw up the colors and stuff of your line. It'll stain it.
Oh, sure.
It makes it harder for catching trout later. So you
Okay.
kind of really need the two rods for the different
Sure.
kinds of fishing.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I've heard of there's one gentleman we met in Colorado that he fly fished out there all the time, but him and his son every summer they'd take a trip to Florida, and they would take their fly rods, but they would use a whole different complete setup for deep sea fishing with their fly rods,
Sure.
and that they'd catch some big old fish out there with those. But it's like
Right.
I can't hardly picture a fly rod with some of them big ocean fish. Well, they'd have to really have some good line for that
Yeah.
compared to what you use for trout. Along with all kinds of different flies and stuff for that.
Well, it'd probably be something. I mean, when they salmon fish, something with a bigger. I don't know what they use for salmon.
Yeah, you probably want at least 8 or 10 pound test line. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, for salmon, you want to go more than that.
well, and to me, a lot of people have the how do you say it, misperception of fishing for trout and salmon. You know, anything in that species of fish, as far as where your fly fishing goes, because you can't fish with a fly rod like you do a regular fishing rod.
Right.
You don't jerk. You have to really play them. Sometimes you might play a fish for 30 minutes to
Yep.
clear up to an hour or so, trying to get it in because you don't want the fish to break that tippet line, which is always going to be a lot less than what your fish is that you're catching. If you get lucky enough to hook into a big one.
Yep.
So you got to learn to just play them instead of trying to horse it in.
Yeah.
Cause you ain't horsing nothing in with a 5 to 10 pound tippet line
Right.
on a fly rod, compared to a regular rod. You might have anywhere from 10 to 25 pound or more line on a regular rod. So it's a whole different mindset of fishing. It took me a good couple of years of learning to fly fish versus, because all I had ever known is fishing lakes and ponds in Oklahoma until we started going out there, and it's a whole different mindset when you pick up the fly fishing.
Oh yeah. I believe you.
Absolutely.
To me, it's nothing funner to do than to fly fish. But it's like I said, you gotta know what you're fishing for and what kind of stuff to use. I mean, we can go to like Cabela's and Bass Pro and stuff here to try to find stuff to take fishing to Colorado, and they don't even have the stuff you need for like Colorado fishing because it's completely different.
Yep.
Ohio
Woodpecker.
Oh yeah, that's my buddy.
Hello.
Hello.
You've probably seen him in some of my videos.
Call me Pumpkin Biscuit.
Yeah, he's just being a shit.
Well, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
They call me Pumpkin Biscuit.
They call him Captain Can't Catch a Fish.
Hi, Michelle. So happy to see you at your happy place.
Hi, Michelle.
Sometimes, man. Not really.
Yeah, it does in the long run, I think.
I wouldn't have that many subscribers if it wasn't doing lives.
Not for me so much, but I don't really do these a lot, so I guess I can't really say.
No, because it's too lazy to go live.
Too lazy. I just work all the time.
I remember at least 2 or 3 months there that you wasn't working and you wasn't doing lives either.
Yeah, he's got kids too. I don't know if that counts, but
Yeah, I do have 3
munchkins.
occupied.
Good to see you, Michelle. Are you going live this weekend or Saturday?
When it gets to the hour mark, I'm gonna have to jump off, Bill Matthew.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we'll go 8 more minutes. That'll be one, so we'll call that good.
Have a good day or good night.
Good night, Ohio.
We'll go to the top of the hour, Steve.
It's like the other night when I went live, I had decided mine was going to be I'll go to the bottom of the hour because Steve always goes to the top of the hour. And just as I was fixing to end it, I had like 3 people come in, just boom, boom, boom. And of course, Anne Marie and Jan was like, well, no, now you got to go another hour because you got to make it to the next bottom of the hour time. Like, I ain't going to make it another hour. Y'all can forget it.
Yeah. I guess Michelle is going to be up there cooking for Bob, and I'll get to try
Sorry,
that.
Michelle.
You're cutting in and out on your mic. You're not robotic, but it gets loud and it goes real quiet, man.
Oh, yeah, I think Michelle is supposed to be at Bob's, and she's supposed to be cooking, I think.
Yep.
Well, Michelle, if we're not going
Oh no.
this weekend, I'll be there tomorrow. If you do go live,
I seen that where you posted he was eating better. He's not doing too good again.
I'm behind on the videos with all the stuff we've been doing lately, so I didn't get to catch that one to know what's going on. It's like what was that was that 2 weekends in a row, Steve, or had a 1 weekend in between the Mid America and yours?
I think it was a week apart. Wait. What was it? The 19th?
Yeah.
And then ours was, I can't think that far.
26 or 27, something like that. I just know I was so far behind when I got home on that Sunday or Monday, whichever days that I got home on those 2 weekends. I missed so many freaking lives and videos. It's like, there ain't no way I'll ever catch up. And I still ain't never caught up. And then we turned around, we got home from the Ozark meetup, yours, on Sunday or Monday, whatever it was.
Yeah, Sunday.
And then 2 days later, we were going to help another YouTuber for 2 days.
Right.
They're working on their house, so it was like, I haven't had time to catch up on anybody's.
Yep. Even when I have time off, I'm so dang tired. That's why I'm trying to get into this martial arts, and I hope I can start feeling better. I don't know if I need to adjust my sleep out. Something's not right. I get enough sleep. I wake up. Like today, I was dead tired, and I had plenty enough sleep. Just exhausted. No energy.
I'm gonna try jogging again next week, and that's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna try.
Well, just go slow.
Well, when you work 6 days a week, Steve, it's really hard to fit into the schedule.
Yeah.
But I would really like to.
Bring a jump rope with you at work.
It's a little tough, Steve. Sometimes I'm actually working.
Well, I know, but when it's on your downtime,
Yeah, I know. I mean, I do have somewhat enough downtime where I could, but it's
I
one of
can't.
those things you
I
can't
can't
plan
really.
for it.
Yeah, I can't really jump or jog because of my right leg. But I'm gonna try to get. I'm gonna get a jump rope and see if I can do that at least. Get better for a week, but now you won't eat coughs. That's trouble breathing. Things to get to that tomorrow. Okay, Michelle. Well, I hope he gets better.
Sorry to hear that, Michelle.
Yeah, he's a beautiful calf.
Hopefully they can get him back on track.
Can they get ammonia in the summer? Well, anyways, I hope he feels it's better. Yes, definitely. Let me know how he does, Michelle. Like I said, I'm not good at texting, but I'll try to get back to you when I.
Yeah, Michelle, if you ever need somebody to talk to, just shoot me that email with the phone number, and I'm out here every day.
Wow, Michelle.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
If you have him insured, Michelle, I just know some people do insure all their cows just for that purpose. At least our neighbor does, or did, where I used to live.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna jump down, guys.
Yeah, it is one. So, yep, that's as long as I'm going to go. I haven't done a live in a long time. So,
Yeah.
thanks for everybody
All
that
right,
came in.
Yeah.
Michelle, we'll talk to you later. Hopefully, we see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Um,
Good luck tomorrow,
Steve,
Michelle. I hope
enjoyed it tonight.
well. What's that?
I said, enjoyed it tonight on your live, and thanks, Matt, for
Yep.
continuing it.
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah, I just wanted to see if I could still do it.
Yep. Alrighty,
Yeah,
guys, I'm out of here.
All right, good night, guys.
all right.
Yeah.
No
Have a good
problem.
night.
All right. That's the end of her. We'll see you guys on the next one.